Good morning. Welcome back again to your daily tarot. This one's for Friday, May 31st, 2024. As always, my intention is to have 3 cards come through to help you with the day, help you learn the cards, and possibly heal your soul or help you get into process where you do your own healing. I don't believe any of us heal each other. I believe we're facilitators, but that's just me. Okay. May 31st. Okay, right there. High Priestess coming through reversed. Wheel of Fortune, so we have 2 majors, but they're both reversed. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. Well, that's pretty clear. So for some reason or another, in the morning, it looks like there's a hesitancy or an unconscious way of not checking in with your higher self. Now, on another level, sometimes the High Priestess is ruled by the moon, so maybe it's maybe it has to do with needing to check more into your feelings. And then again, it's also possible that you wake up in the morning and there's something that came through in dream time that was coming straight from your higher self, in your inner voice. And you just couldn't catch it. Like you woke up, that happens to me all the time. Wake up and I have to go pee, and by the time I get to the bathroom, I've forgotten what it was, even though I put a journal on the counter next to the toilet, just for those times where it's like, okay, which do I do? Pee or write down the dream? Well, you can do both, right? But then again, like halfway to the bathroom, you forget what it was and you just can't get it back until later. If it's important, it'll come back. So just to trust that. Some other meanings for the High Priestess when she comes through reversed, sometimes it can have to do with somebody with a hidden agenda, and you need to listen to your guidance because they're not presenting who they are to you. Other times, because this card is ruled by the moon, it could have to do with hormonal issues that are going on. So maybe you're just starting out, maybe you're in perimenopause, or you're right in the middle of menopause. I mean, for me, it was like a 10-year transition. So buckle up, I guess. But sometimes too, this card, because just think of the moon. The moon relates to the water levels in our body, so we can have water retention. It could also be dehydration, and this is our card for gout on the body level. So, and anything to do with mucous membranes. So if your diet isn't good, if you're too much sugar or too much cheese and dairy, you'll tend to be congested all the time. That's normal for people. Most people don't know that. We were taught to think that dairy is one of the 5 food groups. Not. In fact, it's probably one of the biggest hormonal disruptors there are. So you can have it once in a while, but if you eat it every day and you're not the kind of person that can digest like that, and nobody can once they get older, there will be a time that you give it up because you just don't like it anymore. It's not worth how it feels in your body. Yeah, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else with this card. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is our card that's ruled by Jupiter, so it's all about expanding and opening and growing, and, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Now, when it comes through reversed, I don't really take it too much when it comes to reversed because we're always either up or down or sideways, But the theme when it comes through reversed, Well, it can have to do, and this is our 10th of the major arcana. The high priestess is the second. I'm bringing that, reminding you just because they came through reverse, but you can see the Roman numerals here. So what we're dealing with, because it's ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter rules Sag, in the body, this relates to the hips and the sacral area of the back, the SI joint, what is it? Sacroiliac. Try spelling that. But anyway, reversed, it can have to do with, if it's in the body or a health issue, it can have to do with our livers, because Jupiter rules our livers. It can have to do with weight gain and just being overly, just eating too much. Sometimes high blood pressure even, because that comes along with being overweight sometimes. And then other times it's just about, being angry and working through anger, which we all do at some points, and there is such a thing as healthy anger that helps you set boundaries. So maybe there's something with that. But anyway, other health issues sometimes with the Wheel of Fortune has to do with gout and diabetes and just something toxic that happened. So if this is related to food, and I say that because, the moon is related to food, and it could just be something that's hard to process through your liver. So if you can get a hold of some supplements to, like liver clearing, something like that, it might help you. Yeah, and don't take too much, but just a little bit every day for a little bit, see how much time you need with it. Yeah, but anyway, so when it comes to reversed on the spiritual level, where it's usually something on the external, like in our life, that is out of control that we can't seem to get a handle on. But it can also be hormonal. Both of these cards do relate to hormonal issues, so that can be the main thing. But keywords for I'm trying to remember. It's like when it comes to reverse, it can be some bit of just being stagnant, and anybody knows when we're in a vicious circle, we feel stagnant. So it could have to do with that circular, stuck in a vicious circle of the same thing, and you can't get out of it, and you have to name where you're at, though, before you can get out of it, right? And to break the vicious circles, like, we have to get in touch with whatever the real pain is that's causing us to either overeat or go for the wrong foods and keep craving the wrong foods. And, sometimes we just have to, and I think this is the reason we have the Knight of Wands, we just have to take the bull by the horns, or be in charge, and get in charge of our the life force that flows through our body, and do our best to get our diet under control, is what I'm hearing. Because the diet controls the hormone levels to quite a bit, to a really large degree. And the liver and the endocrine system depending on how healthy they are, then that will affect the hormone levels. So there's that circle of life there where the endocrine system, because there's the liver, the pancreas, all of that stuff, right? And the kidneys. It's like if we're overloaded with toxins from our food, which can be, diet related. It can also be other toxins that we're getting, like maybe secondhand smoke, or maybe you're trying to give up cigarettes, or whatever toxins are coming into your body. Everything, just remember, rule number 1 is everything has to process through the liver and kidneys. So if you can do your best to keep your liver and kidneys clean, then the rest of your body will have a much easier time. So you want to be careful about getting hormones that come through dairy, So if you're going to have some dairy, like even like yogurt, which they don't recommend. I've had lots of friends go through breast cancer and they all had to give up dairy. They were not even allowed to have yogurt. But if you're going to have some kind of cheese, make sure that it's hormone free, that it came from cows that were not fed. This is the thing that happens is they pump the cows with hormones to produce more milk, and then the hormones come through the milk and we eat the hormones, and it's not what we need at all, and it makes things grow in our bodies. So here we are with Jupiter ruling this card, being Jupiter ruling the liver, right? And then the whole endocrine system's wrapped up in both of these cards. So I think it was just maybe information that needed to come through today about that. But bottom line is Knight of Wands is our go for it card, and then moving and charging forward quickly. There's movement, and with the Wands, we're talking all the Knights are movement oriented, and with the Wands, we've got double movement, moving quick. And with the salamanders here on his robe that's over his his armor, knight in shining armor with salamanders. The salamanders are the symbolism for renewing, so renewal. So life, just think of salamanders, they can lose their tail and they grow a new one. So whatever it is, you can, move forward and take care of whatever these issues are about. But I do think it might be just to learn, dairy really is not good for us. So, okay, well, that's all I have for today. Thank you. Bye.